Welcome! We have been talking about communication and the importance of communication and how this is a fantastic tool and is a great ally for change management initiatives if used correctly. What strikes me most of the time is that most companies basically tend to take communication for granted. Say, oh, it doesn't require particular skills. Well, actually, it's not the case because if communication was so easy, much more change management initiatives will be successful. There are actually statistics that show that 70% of change management initiatives actually fail. And one of the reasons, of course there are several, is because communication is not up to scratch. Therefore, depending on the size of your company, but most of all on the size of the change management initiative, it may be wise to appoint a communication manager. There are some companies that will have a communication team that actually is in charge of external communication, PR, and also internal communication. If you are in this privileged position, make the best out of the communication team. In some cases, it could be that your company is much smaller, or for example, the change is minimal. Again, in this case, there is not the requirement to appoint someone that is, for example, to create a communication team, because of course it's expensive, but you would still have to think about how to deliver the message in a way that is not going to hinder the change management initiative. Also because nowadays change management initiatives are not a one-off. So it's good to actually train people to communicate, even though the change management initiative may be something minor. Like for example, we are going to move from level 1 to level 3. It may look to you as it's trivial, but for some people this could be actually a massive change. So in this case it can be just the line manager that deals with the situation with HR people who unfortunately sometimes are not well equipped to communicate. Or for example, it could be that you are a small company and is dealing with a merger, or you're being acquired. In this case, even if you don't have a communication team, of course, as the change management initiative is going to have a relevant impact, try to train key people to communicate in a positive, in an efficient way. If you are in a position to appoint a communication manager, well, again, depending on the nature of the change management initiative, please do that. As I said before, change management is ongoing, so even though some people may think, oh, for goodness sake, come on, this is a waste of money, well, actually it's not. Again, you would have to change your ideas, you will have to change your attitude, because communication and human interaction actually are not fluff. People's emotions and reactions are very difficult to manage if you don't know how they work. But the situation is getting much easier if you know what to expect and basically how to manage them in a proactive way. Communication manager, of course, is someone that is skilled in the art of communicating messages, whether they are positive or whether they are going to have a detrimental impact for your organization, or for some people basically that are working in your organization. The communication manager, of course, doesn't have to be involved in every single communication that is taking place in the company. It will be impossible. But basically, he or she is the person that is going to set the tone and the correct tone of the conversation. He or she will be the one that will decide the tool that can be used to communicate better. He or she will be the one that will help employees, for example, whether they are executives or managers, to communicate with their teams. So basically, it's a skilled person in the art of communication that will make the process running more smoothly, and also will basically manage what is called the communication plan. So always think about communication as an important and essential tool in when dealing with change management initiatives, and do not just go like this and go, okay, you are very good at writing, you are going to be the communication manager. No, spend your time and actually set aside the budget for a communication manager, because he or she can be a fantastic resource to actually facilitate the change management initiative, and in the longer run save you tons of money, because if people are involved, if the employees feel basically motivated and if they are on board, of course the change management initiative will run more smoothly, and most of all you will have much higher chances for it to be much more successful. So communication manager is very important, and actually it has to be, considering of course the nature of the change management initiative, a resource that you will have to think about. Thank you so much for watching.